In the previous video, I spent 2 weeks, over 100 hours in-game at TOA, and those are the 3 purples I got. After now being almost 70 raids without a purple and fighting a losing mental battle against myself, TOA finally broke me. I've been doing nothing but raids for so long, I want to go back to doing other things and just enjoy the game. And going forward, I'm going to have a much healthier relationship with TOA and do it more casually. Maybe sprinkle in a couple raids here and there throughout the videos, or go with friends when they ask. But you know what? I actually kind of do feel like doing just one more raid to start off this video. One more raid. Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is a hero collection RPG with over 80 million downloads. It's free to play, has amazing graphics, and you can play on mobile or PC. There's over 800 unique champions and billions of ways to customize them so you can take on tons of different bosses. The worlds of Raid Shadow Legends and Monster Hunter are colliding in a limited time crossover. Up until March 5th, you'll be able to collect 5 Monster Hunter themed legendary champions in Raid. Everyone will be able to get the Rathalos Blademaster legendary champion for free simply by logging into Raid for 7 days between now and March 5th. And the other 4 Monster Hunter themed champions you can get via special in-game events. There's so many exciting things coming to Raid, and if you haven't started playing yet, what are you waiting for? Click my link in the description or scan my QR code to get insane bonuses available only via my link. You'll get 500k silver, energy, and most importantly, chicken. And on top of that, you'll also get Epic Juliana after reaching level 15. When you start playing, come find me under the name Wild Mudkip and join my clan Epic RuneScapers so we can be legends together. With that said, hit my link in the description and I'll see you on the battlefield. And thank you so much to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. Although after going through what I just did, I'm definitely going to need at least a couple days of absolutely no TOA, but soon enough I'll get back to doing a few here and there. But one last remnant of the TOA grind that I can collect is from this chest because I have 500 KC between my regular mode and expert mode KCs, so I can claim the Icthlorin Shroud tier 2. If there's any consolation, at least I got this, right? At least I got the new collection log slot. It's not a consolation. Anyways, I'm ready to have fun and start playing the game again. One of the downsides of only doing TOA is that I missed a lot of birdhouse runs because I'm not going to leave the TOA lobby to go do a birdhouse run then have to use the scepter charges to get back, and my inventory is pretty full when I got all my TOA gear in there, so it really wasn't worth doing birdhouse runs at the time. Similarly, I also missed out on a lot of farming XP. My Mahognies, Calquads, Hesperies, they've been missing me. Oh yeah, I need tools, huh? It's been so long since I've done farming, I forgot how to do this. Hey, a shooting star. Wow, I was the first, that's crazy. As of the time I'm recording this, a new boss just came out yesterday. A crazy high-level PVM challenge, Scurrius, came out in the rock sewers. This person next to me has one of the new weapons that came out with the boss. So Scurrius drops this spine, and you can use it to make the new ranged, mage, or melee weapon. We come down to the rock sewers, head a bit east, and that's where the boss room is. I just very quickly skimmed through a couple minutes of a guide, so I think I know what I'm doing. There's not actually much challenge to it. I don't believe there's any requirements to go through here. You don't have to do a quest or anything. There's a normal area and a private instance. If you're an Iron Man, you can go to the normal area, but you won't get any drops from the boss, but you will still get KC credit for boss KCs. Yes, let's go in for the first time. Is there a music track? Oh, there is. Oh, rats. Wait, oh, did I go into the normal? Oops, I meant to go to the private. Quick escape. Oh, and I saw on the wiki it says there's a 15-second delay that you have to wait before you go back in. So if I try to go through private, I have to wait. It's okay. First KC at Scurrius. I realized I forgot to bring Super Combat, and then I also want to bring Proselyte because I'd rather preserve prayer than have slightly higher DPS. The boss fight is easy and fast enough as it is. As I typically like to do whenever it's my first time trying out a piece of content, I'll show you how it goes. When you go in, you're usually going to be protecting from melee, except during 2 of its special attacks. When Scurrius does its blue lightning attack, you pray mage. And when it does its yellow stinky cheese fart gas cloud attack, you pray range. Yesterday the wiki said the Fang was better, and now today it says the whip is better than the Fang. It's so new that people are just figuring it out as we go, I suppose, but in the grand scheme of things, it shouldn't matter much at my level because soon enough, I'll be upgrading to the rat bone weaponry. Scurrius also summons rat minions, which hit between 0 and 1 through prayer, but at my level, I wait until the end of the fight to take care of them while I'm waiting for the boss to respawn. I'm really learning this as I go, and the wiki goes really in-depth on the timings of things and what the boss does at each health threshold. But I think really the only other thing to know which I just found out right now on the wiki, is that below 30% health, the boss stops meleeing and only uses range or mage until the end. This boss is meant to be for teaching players that are new to bossing how to switch prayers while running around. And it's also a combat training method, because also those little rats, they have 15 HP and you're always guaranteed to max hit on them and you get the full XP for it. So maybe it would be better to use a faster hitting weapon for the rats at least. But I do have plenty of time as it is to kill them before the boss respawns. Bro eats that cheese and it immediately goes through him. They changed the level requirement for the Karen teleport, so now it's above alchemy, which means High Alch has now been moved down a row to here instead of over here. I haven't used High Alch in so long because I've just been doing TOA, so I've been on the Ancient Spellbook the whole time. As someone that enjoys thousands of hours of repetitive actions, it greatly upsets me that something I'm used to has been changed on a whim. Oh, look at the rat. You can't examine it. Oh, here comes another one. It's cool. It's not a pet or anything. I mean, there is a pet, but that's not the pet. It's just, what was that cheese in it? What was that in its mouth? Oh, here comes another one. I wonder if that's its teeth. Maybe it's not. Oh, that is its teeth. It's not something in its mouth. Timmy Turner looking ass. When you're outside of combat, you can eat from these food piles yourself and it restores your health, only your health, to full. And you could use that every 10 minutes. So it's kind of like God Wars, except instead of prayer, it's health. Kind of surprising. I would have thought this would like damage you or poison you, but nope, this stuff is good for you. Hey, the Scurrius spine. Or Scurrius's spine. It's the first one. Now let's make like a busboy and get the fork out of here so we can make this spine into something useful. Do I really not have a rune mace? Well, I have a runite bar and 99 smithing. So this new class of weaponry that's in the game, ratbone weapons, they can be used to damage rats, namely Scurrius, and it says they can only damage rodents. We got the mace, the short bow, and the staff. I'm gonna make the mace with this first spine that I got. The wiki says the spine's 1 out of 33. I don't know if that's accurate because it just came out yesterday. I don't know if that's confirmed, but that's what it says right now. You need 35 smithing, otherwise you can pay 50k to have it made for you. So we just combine them together. Oh, and anvil. Okay, use that on the anvil. And we get an item that is not on the collection log. While the stats themselves seem pretty mediocre, the main benefit to it is that it adds 10 damage to your max hit. Whoa, I'm reading over the wiki again, and I kind of breezed over this before, but when you're attacking these Scurrius's rat minions with this mace, it's a 1-tick attack speed, so there's no cooldown in between hits. Pretty cool that because it's an instance, all the loot stays on the ground until you leave. So I have all this rat meat and big bones on the ground here. I just want to show though my XP per hour. I reset my XP per hour when I was making the bone thing because I was standing around doing nothing for a while, but you can see right here over 120k attack XP and over 40k hit points XP. So when you add those together, it's like 165k XP per hour. Even though I'm 99 melees, I don't have the best gear and I'm not doing this at max efficiency, but I've heard that you can get over 150k combat XP per hour in a specific melee stat along with the hit points XP. I wasn't really keeping track of the kills per hour, but maybe it's like, I think I got like 45 KC per hour. So maybe it's like 40 to 50 kills per hour, you could say. The bossing info plugin isn't tracking Scurrius yet. Whoa, first time killing the boss before it got to the middle. Normally at this end part, it always runs to the middle, but that time I got it over here so fast. You get a lot of food as drops from the boss, and the food here pretty much upkeeps itself. I mean, I didn't really have to eat much of the food that I brought in, and you also get to eat from the food pile. So really prayer is the main thing that you have to upkeep. I think thralls would be good to use here, but you'd go through more prayer pot and you also would have to be on the Archaea spellbook, which means you wouldn't be able to alch the items that you get. And you get a lot of alchables, especially if we're doing long trips, like that last trip I was in there for an hour. Hey, there's the second spine at, oh, I forgot to point out 100 KC, but there's 101 KC. I was gonna make a clip saying that I just want to stay here for spine number 3, but I never got to make that clip because I got spine number 3 already. So I guess I'm done with Scurrius because the only other unique you can get is the pet. The pet drop rate hasn't been released yet, but like most other bosses, it's probably in the thousands, which I'm not going to be grinding out today. 108 KC probably took me 2.5 hours, and in terms of GP, straight up almost 1 mil in cash, so that's what, like 400k GP per hour. We'll make the bow first. I need a U short bow, and we'll attach the spine to the short bow. There's the bone short bow, and then the next one I'm going to make is the staff. Need a chisel. And there is the bone staff. And this you charge up with chaos runes. It uses up 1 chaos rune per cast, and you could charge it with up to 20k chaos runes. And then the bow, it can fire up to amethyst arrows. And then just like with the mace, these other two, all 3 of them, they give a plus 10 max hit. And instead of storing these in my bank, I am going to dump them in the group storage. Oh, they're untradeable? I didn't know that. Never mind. Okay, well, rip 3 more bank slots. Wait a second. The bone mace isn't a mace. That's a flail. Like a lot of people, I enjoy right-clicking and examining lots of random things around the game. So when I right-clicked these flowers, I had to do a double take because I read that wrong at first. For my AFK time, I'm gonna change things up because you know what they say, new YouTube video, new me. No more Karambwan fishing. For today at least. I'm gonna do some forestry because I want to get that fox whistle. I got the beaver pet a few videos ago while the league was going on because I was AFKing redwoods on this account, but I really want to get that fox recolor. Here we are in the forestry world, all set and ready to AFK, and it looks like they haven't released the drop rate of the fox whistle, but we do know for sure that you do have to have the trap disarmor in order to be eligible to get the drop. But really, for the most part, I'm not going to be doing all these forestry events. I'm just here to get the fox whistle. The beehive random thing, that's one other thing that I do need besides the fox whistle. Sturdy beehive parts. You need 10 parts to be able to make the beehive and the POH. Oh, that's perfect. I had 9 from before. Cool, I can make that later. I could build the beehive in this spot, but I don't want to have too many things in this room, so I think it's finally time to say goodbye to the magical pumpkin from one of the Halloween events. And I'm going to build, I'll do style 2. And you could always remove this and you get the parts back. So I could always change it if I want to, but I'm going to go with style 2. There's an option on here to release the bees. Although the wiki says that you can't get wax from this, and you also can't use it to make bees on a stick. But now I got some bees flying around my house. Unfortunately, no fox whistle today, but at least I managed to finish my beehive. I think it looks a lot less out of place in my POH with my theme than the pumpkin did. The pumpkin looked really weird in here. It's a Thursday night, and before the weekend starts, I want to get a little bit of Spindel in because this is the only piece I need for the Void Waker, and it'd be nice to have that for TOA and maybe some other things too. I know TOA is still on my mind, but it'd be really nice to complete the Void Waker. I'll just show you the other 2 pieces I have in the bank. As you can see, I did get very lucky. I do have the pet already, so if/when I do get this piece, I will be completely done with Spindel. Here's my items lost on death, not risking anything important. And the drop rate for the Void Waker gem from Spindel is 1 out of 912. I kept getting supply drops. Oh, wow. As I was about to leave too, I was gonna say, I keep getting supply drops and this trip ended up lasting really long to the point where I was running out of iron darts. I don't think I've ever had a trip bottleneck be the darts at Spindel before. It was 28 kills, and ironically, I'm also getting 28 kills per hour. I'm not on task, by the way, if you couldn't tell, otherwise I'd be using the Slayer Helm. Dang, man, he really got me good. Totally owned my main account with nothing on it, while the unimportant account got away. Bro, what is that? What is that? Easy. And it's bedtime for me now too. That's kind of good timing. Yeah, no more Spindel until Monday at the earliest. But for tomorrow, I think it's time for Zulrah. Oh my gosh, it happened. Fox whistle. Wow. Wow. Never lucky, but some people are occasionally lucky. I've actually spent the whole day woodcutting today. I know I said I was going to do Zulrah, which I was going to, but then Spookdog's Discord got hacked and we spent all day dealing with that. And it's still not resolved yet, but hopefully by the time this video goes live, it gets resolved because she got a virus on her computer. So it's been pretty stressful. But yeah, we got the fox whistle to use on this. The fox pet. Yes. Yes, I'm famished. Do you have any food? I'm sure we could find you something. How about we visit a chicken coop to admire the scenery? Yes, the classic, was it the fox, the chicken, and the feed or something? The collection log for forestry should be complete, right? Yes, it's green. Look at that. I'm all done with forestry. I really didn't think I was going to get the fox whistle on this video, not this soon at least, but yeah, I've only gained 410k woodcutting XP in this video, so I guess now I have to find another new thing to do with my AFK time. Oh, that's so sick, I got the fox. I'm gonna leave it in fox form. I like that more than the pheasant and the beaver. Will that just go into the slot for the beaver, or will it make a new Oh, okay, it does go back in there. It really sucks because they basically deleted everything in Spookdog's Discord server except the announcements channel where they just put the scam download link thing in there. So it really, really sucks because there's years and years of memories and messages and pictures and videos shared in her Discord server, which were all deleted. So it's a lesson to be learned to never ever click a link from anyone, even those that are close to you, especially those close to you, because they could have been hacked themselves. And if you really trust someone, you probably have their phone number to text, or even better, call them so you can confirm that it's actually them, or confirm on other social medias, or even in OSRS. There's two parts to the problem. The first part is the compromised Discord account, which we have no control over at this point. That'll be up to Discord support if they ever respond. It's also why if you ever need to send someone personal info over Discord, you should immediately delete it after. And then the second part is cleaning her laptop and making sure it's safe from viruses. First I ran Malwarebytes, then Kaspersky, then Malwarebytes again, but at the end of the day, to be safe, we saved a few important personal files, then wiped everything, and then reinstalled Windows using a flash drive I made using my PC. But yeah, it's a real nightmare. We've now spent 2 full days dealing with this mess, and pretty much like not doing anything else at all, just focusing on this, with her dealing with changing all her passwords, 2-factor banking stuff, and so on, while I've been dealing with the potential virus side of things. And what the scam is, so you don't fall for it, just to quickly summarize, it's someone messaging you to try out their game and then sending you the link to the website to download it. And it doesn't help when the person sending you that is actually someone that makes or works on games. I don't know exactly what it does, but it injects something into Discord to bypass your 2-factor and take over your Discord account, and also injects something into Chrome because it closed Chrome, and I think they had temporary access to her email, but that's all safe now. This style of scam has been around for quite some time, but you know, out of the thousands of people watching, hopefully this can inform at least a few people that didn't know about it. And yeah, be safe guys, and stay vigilant. It's a 2A reference. Anyone? Okay, we'll go back to playing RuneScape now. Hey, there's a virtual fishing level. I'm not the only one who got a fishing level today, because of the hacking. They probably leveled up their fishing. I was just thinking about something. As of right now, it has been not even 4 days since Scurrius has been released. Not even 4 days. I was looking at the high scores. People already have over 6,000 KC. It's like, get a life, am I right? Like, stop playing RuneScape all day, jeez. One more thing on the topic of Scurrius, I think it was yesterday, they confirmed the drop rate for the pet is 1 in 3k, which you may or may not have already known by now. At least the nice thing is, though, after the last 2 days of unfun stuff, is that I now have something fun to look forward to, which is Zulrah, because if I had to go back to TOA after 2 days of not having fun, it would just be even less fun. After doing so much TOA, I've used up a lot of my Zulrah scale stack, especially once I recharge back up the blowpipe, and the trident, and the Serp helm. No, yeah, so I've got 44k Zulrah scales. The Zulrah KC is currently at 2815, just missing the 3 rarest drops. This is my first KC back at Zulrah since September 30th, 2023. And the way I know that is because I looked up the clip for when I got 2800 KC, and that's when the date was. That was 2828 KC. That is the 27th, no wait. The 18th 4-digit double 2-digit repeating. I'm not gonna try. Wait. Dragon Spear from Zulrah. What are the odds of getting Uncut Sapphire and Pure Essence in the same drop along with 171 Zulrah scales? I mean, the odds must be astronomical. Average OSRS player doing any PVM content. I just got nothing. I got nothing along with nothing. Imagine if I got the minimum drop, 100 Zulrah scales. That was an unexpected thing. 50 million range XP. And am I rewarded for the milestone? Yeah. I was so excited after the league. I was like, yeah, back into the main game. I get to keep all these items. We're like really grinding things out. I was so excited at the start. And as time went on, as I did more and more TOA, you could see everything drain out of me. It's okay, I'm having fun now. And that excitement for TOA will come back in time. I haven't been permanently traumatized. 154 Zulrah KC. Nice KC, loser. Just kidding. Everyone with a lower KC than me is a noob. And everyone with a higher KC than me is a sweaty loser that has to get a life. Technically, having the Masori would be better because you'd be more likely to reach that cap of 50. But there is diminishing returns using Masori at Zulrah versus using it anywhere else in the game. It's slightly less of an effect of the increase of Missouri over Arma versus other bosses because of the damage cap. And that's just me coping. Oh yeah, they got eggs. Those aren't as easy to get as I originally thought on release. Oh, we got a Magic Fang, first unique of the day. Magic Fang at number 6, huge for the group Iron Man team. I'm purposely not breaking any of my uniques down, even though I have a bunch saved in the bank, because I just like having cool uniques. I saved my Tans Fangs to use on the Entrana Master Clue step. Insane strat. Wait, how would you do that? Because then, can you bring, I guess you could bring Zulrah scales onto Entrana, and then you'd have to bring unfinished dart tips. No way. This was my slowest kill all day today, of course. I'm the one that I had to record for. This is 2900 KC. So I did 108 kills today, and this is the loot that I got. I just got the one Magic Fang. But I'm going to call it here for Zulrah. I'm at 2923 KC, which means next time I decide to go back and do a Zulrah session, I'll hit the big 3K. But with the subject of this video being something along the lines of trying to rediscover my love for the game, not that I stopped enjoying the game, but I don't know, you know how TOA went for me. Along the theme of me trying to have fun playing the game, I would rather hop around and do different activities and just do whatever I feel like doing at the moment and not grind one thing straight out. So with that said, because it's almost 1 a.m., I'm gonna go back to Spindel and try to see if I can get lucky tonight for over the next hour. It's so nerve-wracking every time I go to bank and come back because there's so many people hopping around worlds, not to PK, or at least I haven't seen any PKs yet, but people looking for an open world. So the moment I leave, there's a very high chance that I lose my world. But so far, at least after this first trip, it looks like I have been able to keep my world, which is nice. And by the way, most people don't care if you have an alt out here. If they're searching for a world, if they see it's empty, they'll go in. I mean, I personally wouldn't play that game with other people because if they have an alt out there, then maybe they would try to PK me, but some people don't care. And we've got a little milestone here, 400 spider KC. Every time I stand in like that spot or that spot, it always makes that pattern, dude. Last kill for tonight. I ended up staying up a little bit later than I probably should have. About 2 hours of Spindel in, which was 61 KC. To hit Spindel's unique table is about 1 in 103. I'm taking a look at the stash units I have built. I have all the beginners, I have all the easies, they're all built and filled. All the mediums, they're all built and filled. Hard stashes, all built and filled. But then we get to elites, and there's 2 that I don't have built or filled. And I think it'd be really satisfying, and it would just be convenient for the future to have this section completed. So let's take care of these today. I'm going to start with the Trollheim Mountain one. For this one, we need the Lava Battle Staff, Black D'Hide Vambraces, and the Mind Shield. I have the first 2 already. But the only one that is a bit of a concern is the Mind Shield. I do have a Mind Shield, but that's the reason why I haven't made the stash unit or filled the stash unit, because I need this for my Wyvern tasks. It would be kind of pointless to have to go take that out of the stash unit along with the other items every single time I get that clue step. It just makes more sense to keep it in the bank and then bring it out for the clue step when I get that step. You can also use other things for Wyverns though, like an Elemental Shield, which I don't have, or Dragonfire Shield, Dragonfire Ward, Ancient Wyvern Shield, but we don't have any of those. So no matter how you look at it, I'm going to have to make another Mind Shield to permanently fill that stash. A lot of you probably remember doing this process. This is the reason why I have been procrastinating making this. Time to add the Mind Goblin to the bar. We got the Mind Bar. Kind of sounds like a type of chocolate. I'm glad I read the wiki first, because it said if you only have the beaten book in your inventory and not the slash book, then it's going to automatically make it into the Mind Helmet, which we don't want. I'd have to redo the process if that was the case, but I did it right and we got the shield. We got my Black D'Hide Vambraces and my Lava Battle Staff. I have a lot of those. I have a lot of things in my Alk tab that I'm just saving for a rainy day in case I really, really need GP. We'll build the stash unit. Filled up. Boom. One more to go. For the last one, I need the Farmer's Straw Hat, Shazine Body 5, and the Pyromancer Robe. And the main reason why I put this one off is because of the Farmer's Straw Hat. I do have it, but I use this set every single day. In fact, multiple times a day, a lot of the time. So I definitely don't want to have to go to that stash unit multiple times a day to grab that out, since I get that clue step a lot less often than I do farm runs. I've had the Tithe Farm collection log finished, so I haven't really had a reason to do Tithe Farm until now, just to get the second Farmer's Straw Hat. They made a bunch of changes changes since the last time I've been here though, including you can grab 10,000 of them, of the seeds. This May 17th update right here, this is when they made like all the big changes to Tithe Farm. So if you want to read through them, you can, but it's basically faster and easier and less stressful to get Tithe Farm points now. And the farmer's hat is going to cost 75 points. If I did the math right, 200 fruit should be enough to get me to at least 75 points. Let's see. Okay, that deposited the first batch and then one more batch. I'm getting 35k XP each time, and there we go, we have enough points. This probably took maybe an hour or a bit over an hour. Yeah, Tithe is a lot nicer and more chill mentally than before. The meta truly is to log out, quit the game, and wait for it to get easier before you come back. So let's go ahead and buy the farmer's straw hats. Just want to make sure that was the right thing. Every time I would get this clue step, I would have to come to my POH, I would search for the Shazian body 5, that's what we need. I would get the farmer's straw hat out of the bank, and then I would come over to this one, I grab the pyro legs out. Luckily, since I've done some post 99 fire making, I got multiple pieces of the outfit, so I don't have to worry about getting another pyro robes. I wouldn't even want to go back there anyways, because as you probably know, I recently completed the collection log for Winter Toad since I got the pet, so I don't know if I'll ever end up going back there for anything. Let's build and fill the final elite stash unit. One more thing to take care of though, I don't have a duplicate Shazian body. And there's the body. Although I want to get another pair of boots because I keep the Shazian boots in the bank for wildy range stuff. That was convenient, just so happened the next piece that I got was the boots. So we'll put these in the POH and restore the full Shazian armor 5 set. And then we'll run over to the stash unit chart and look at that. All the elite stash units are built and filled. Only things they don't have filled now or built are all the master stash units. There's a lot, and there's a lot of items that would be kind of difficult to get dupes of, like the Bryophytus staff, for example. Getting a dupe of that one, we could very easily just share the one that we have. So this would be like a very, very, very long-term thing to fill out. Even with the setbacks and stress caused by the TOA burnout, as well as the whole computer fiasco, I still love this game as much as I ever did, and I'm very much looking forward to what future adventures hold. I think it's important to take a step back when you're getting frustrated and remember that it's a game, and you should be doing things that you enjoy. And then when there's things that you don't enjoy but still want to accomplish, it's okay to take breaks from it, or at least split it up into daily or weekly smaller goals and do it over time, all the while doing other things in between that you do really enjoy and get fulfillment out of. So next video, I'm going to be jumping into other stuff that isn't TOA and isn't just doing random stuff. I do have goals that I want to work towards, so we'll get into that in the next video. But for this video, there is still one more thing that I want to accomplish, and that is to get the quest cape. Me and my duo teammate Spookdog have one more quest left to do, and that quest is called Children of the Sun. This quest has been out for what, like a week, and they already have the quest helper plugins. The guy suspiciously leaning against the wall must be American. I've heard there's a thing that like Americans like to lean. I've also completed the quest. Wait. Okay, now I've completed the quest.
Oh my god, congrats.
Congrats to you too. We could finally enter Varlamore.
Wow.
And we could finally get the quest cape. Oh, and I could retrim my diary cape. Let me trim, sick. And oh, I guess we get the, well, I got the music tracks all unlocked again. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, let's equip the capes in 3, 2, 1. And now we finally achieved the goal. Wait. And now we finally achieved the goal that we set out for from the very beginning of the account, getting the quest cape. Okay, that was perfect. As a reminder, make sure to use my Raid Shadow Legends link in the description or scan my QR code.